We're looking at a guitar top or soundboard. A really primary driver of a guitar is color, sound, and volume. You're looking at a top that is moving in a much more orderly and therefore musical fashion. If we think about the relationship between volume and sustain, we can use two extreme examples. A banjo, right, is very loud. Its top or soundboard is a drum head. So you get incredible volume, and the note is there and it's gone, right? It has zero sustain. The other side of the equation, a solid body mahogany Les Paul. Played acoustically, you've got great sustain and very, very little volume, right? What's happening on the top of an X-Brace guitar, if we pretend this guitar was X-Brace, we're essentially dividing the guitar's top or soundboard into 4 quadrants. And each of those quadrants is vibrating to a big degree independently of the other 4 quadrants and chaotically inside each quadrant. You can think about an X-Brace guitar or the challenge of it as us standing around a swimming pool. Each of these is 4 little swimming pools, and X-Bracing would be 5 people throwing a stone into the pool at once. The top is moving back and forth, side to side, right? In each of these 4 swimming pools on the guitar's top. V-class guitar, V-class bracing, I should say, gives the top or the soundboard vertical rigidity, right? For sustain, we need a top to be stable. V-class bracing is giving, almost like a neck-through guitar, a vertical line of stability down the top center of the soundboard in parallel with the strings, right? The sides of a V-class brace guitar are much light, they're braced very lightly. Think about this like wings, right? So we've taken all that chaotic motion of an X-Brace top, and we've put one rock into the middle of a swimming pool, and we're encouraging that top to move back and forth, side to side, in a very orderly manner. Think about a child standing on a seesaw and using his weight to rhythmically pump the seesaw back and forth. That's essentially a simplified version of what's happening with a V-class guitar. Now, AJ is going to be my Vanna White and demo the best way to kind of get your head around the increased volume, the increased sustain, and the increased musicality is to listen to some simple notes. Let them ring out. Let's see how I like to start with the G string in the 9th position. A known kind of dead spot where notes, it's a hard note to get a big round sound out of, and it's a hard note, a hard position to get sustain out of. So let's just hear that note.
Still go.
So I always encourage people to, as much as I love to grab guitars and just dig into the low E, you know, and just rake it as hard as I can, because that's how I have fun playing guitars. The real magic of these V-class guitars is going to be subtly getting used to making your way around the fingerboard, playing, you know, a lot of the chaos of those X-Brace guitar tops. There's known dead spots where in some chords, particularly played with some strings open, they don't want to agree. They're not sympathetic with each other. They're warbly. They're slightly out of tune with each other. And what's really happening with the V-class guitar's top, because of its organized motion, it's taking a big step towards solving those tuning problems between strings. Essentially, the guitar's soundboard or top is a better translator of what the string is trying to tell it. Okay, so you want to just play some triads, play your way up the fingerboard, and just hear how musical and loud each note is.
Just starting here.